I live in a rural town, what I like to call the middle of nowhere and everywhere. We're miles from the nearest city, surrounded by open space instead of traffic. But out here, you learn to value what's close. In the city, everything is nearby. Out here, everything is a drive. But what is nearby is priceless. 1 week before my son turned 10, my husband Doug was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. That moment shattered our world, but it also showed us the quiet strength of something we'd always had, our community hospital. I sent Doug to Memorial Healthcare's emergency department because I knew he would be seen quickly. Their ED is efficient, sharp with diagnostics, and will transfer you if needed. But the next 16 months, Memorial became more than just a place that could help. It became our medical home. We consulted with other hospitals for opinions and eventually surgery, but nearly all of Doug's care happened just 10 miles down the road. That mattered more than I can explain. When you're going through something as intense and draining as cancer treatment, being home matters. Being where you're comfortable, where your son can go visit after school, where you can drive back to him after a long day, holding him and helping him prepare for what no child should have to face. And Doug completed 28 rounds of chemo. On days I couldn't be there, he had access to a volunteer ride service to safely get him to treatment. Small town with a big heart. When it came time to make end-of-life decisions, we had a choice: transfer to another hospital for one more procedure or enter hospice. Doug needed to be home. And home wasn't just our house. It was Memorial. It was the physicians, nurses, and staff who had walked this journey with us. It was familiar faces, voices that knew his name, and caregivers who understood our story without needing to be told. From diagnosis to after his last breath, he was home. Doug's hospice nurse had a daughter in our son's class. That's what it's like out here. You see the people who cared for your husband at the grocery store, at the school pickup line, at church. These aren't just healthcare providers, they're your neighbors. They're the people who held us during the hardest days of our lives. This is what community hospital means. It's not just about proximity. It's about trust and dignity and being surrounded by people who care, not just because it's their job, but because it's personal. I'll never stop being grateful for that. That's why supporting our local hospitals matters, because they support us when we need it the most. If you can, donate, volunteer, and advocate. Share your story. Community hospitals don't just heal bodies, they hold families together.